This is Julia, Hummingbird Jewel, and this is my 4th video on Reality Transurfing. But actually what I'm doing is breaking down the book Tufti the Priestess. And I have a book review show, if you look at my other videos, where I showcase authors at Solutions, a book review show for mind readers. However, this book is taking some time to review, so it's a little more intricate. Okay, so I've been taking a little bit of time on this because I believe in creating a foundation before I jump into a new concept. So I've been practicing waking up. I see myself, I see my reality, tap, 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 observation point, awareness center, look around 360. I am not allowing myself to be pulled along in this film. And I haven't done a whole lot of composing in my reality, but what has happened is a lot of people that do not serve me and haven't served me are falling away, and it's opening the doors for all these beautiful new people to come in. So that's been a kind of interesting new events happening. But this is a very powerful process, I believe, and I just don't feel that we should rush into it. And those of us that do, we rush through it and we start trying to practice, and then we wonder why it's not working, and then we go and join groups and we all overanalyze everything. I really believe in a very strong foundation. So take it slow, take it easy, go back, start at the beginning. These concepts that I am coming out with are mine. This is my interpretation. I am not a expert in any way. This is a one person's review of this book. Okay, we're on the chapter called Composing Reality. How exciting is that? Okay, other people have called it manifestation, but we don't have to be powerless over our lives. That's the first concept to have. But for me, before I get into, in the book, they're talking about the frame and just focusing on the end frame of the movie, that we cannot change the past or the present moment. Let's see. Present moment. Yeah. Oh, it's in the past. So, they're saying you got to get into the future and compose the end frame, not being too concerned about the how, and that the rest will align. However, I think it's very important, and this is going outside the book, that we are in an energetic alignment. I just did a book review show with Deborah Lupien, who is the voice of the Akashic Records. You should go back and watch that interview. She's amazing. She has a part in her book that I related so well to, that she calls the powwow. And I was telling another girlfriend about it, and she said, oh, that's when I get my monkeys together and they sit in a circle. And I just started laughing because I am so visual. So the different parts that you bring together and have this powwow, or I call it a committee meeting, she calls it the monkey mind meeting, is your subconscious mind, your conscious mind, the ego, the amigo, your higher self. And then, of course, there is the superconscious, or the all-knowing. Some people call it the universe. Some people call it universal consciousness. Some people call it God or light, but I think you know what I'm talking about. Of course, we can invite that in too, as an overseer of your meeting. But basically, I always feel like the subconscious mind, which runs every aspect of our body, every breath. So the subconscious mind never sleeps, or we would die, because it takes care of our heartbeat, every cell, every organ, and it works so much better when we have our energy aligned, when we have our frequencies attuned. And so if your body's not functioning well, you're super, super tired, or, you're having something that's off balance, I would suggest let's get your frequency attuned. Let's get, get a little tune up there, and that way your subconscious mind can work so much better. And that's a whole nother subject, and I can do a teaching or a video on that. But these are just suggestions. So we get this committee meeting together, and now I see these monkeys, and they're tom-tomming on there, having a powwow. And the computer has a monkey sticker on it. No, just I'm such a character, aren't I? But seriously, however you want to bring these parts together and get them to be in agreement, because conscious mind, ego the amigo, don't demonize it. It's there to say, hey, we don't know who this Vadam Zealand is, and we're going to mess around. The subconscious mind's fine. It doesn't need a new program. It doesn't need an upgrade, because every time we get an upgrade, everything changes. I don't want any change. So then higher self has to say, okay, can we have a compromise? Can you just unbutton a couple of your buttons on your top of your strict shirt? I think Deborah Lapien used that as an analogy. But really what you're trying to do is calm the ego down a little bit and then come to a middle ground, because actually ego can be right. You don't want to jump into something before you really have all your ducks in a row. You don't want to start composing reality when you really haven't thought things through, because I'm telling you, for example, say you don't want a 2-hour commute anymore. You know, you're just so sick of this commute. Okay, I'm going to compose reality where I don't have a 2-hour commute. Well, then all of a sudden your house is gone or something like that, you know, or you have to move and you don't want to move because you love your house. And so you just have to think things through. And so that's where I think it's okay to have compromises with your ego, your higher self. And then let's check the superconscious mind out. Is everything running and functioning well in our body? Do we need more sleep? Do we need to be meditating? Do we need to attune our frequency, which can be done by many different ways? We all have our radio call out. Mine's a Hummingbird Jewel, 1111 radio station. I think Deborah Lapien refers to the radio call out too in her book, Akasha Unleashed. But these are things that are not in the book, but I'm just saying if we're not in energetic alignment, composing reality may not work out for us as well as we want it to. So I would just suggest that. So after the committee meeting, the other thing is, what do I want? So if you're going to be composing this end, result of your movie, and you want to feel it, you want to get the colors, and I don't have any trouble visualizing, but do you really know what you want? Have you thought it through? Have you broken it down? And the only way I can suggest to do it is take one item, whether it's relationship, career, or body health, and then make a list. And so I'll ask people, well, what do you want? And they'll just give me this blank stare. And I'll say, okay, well, what don't you want? Oh, well, I don't want a megalomaniac boss. I don't want low pay. I don't want to work in this industry anymore. And so that when you know what you don't want, it's just so much easier. So you take and you write down at least 10 things. If 10 things seem to be too much, then just write down 5 things. So after you've written down your 5 or 10 things that you don't want, what you do is you flip it, okay? So then say, I don't want a 2-hour commute. And then you say, I want to commute within 25 minutes. I don't want the megalomaniac boss. I want a cohesive group of people with a boss that's caring, or you get what I'm talking about. So once you have that list, now you have the list of the 10 things you want. Now we got to put them in order from 1 to 10. And so maybe the commute goes on the bottom. Maybe the 2-hour commute's not such a big deal. The pay is really important to you. And so that just helps you, gives you that overall concept of what you're trying to create, what your beautiful outcome is going to be. And then you can kind of sit there in that list of what I want in this particular area and create your frame. Okay, so in the book, they're talking about a movie frame, a frame in a movie reel. As in the old days, we had these film reels, and they would each have scenes. And so we're talking about that final scene. For some reason, whenever I hear the word frame, I think of this big, giant picture frame, and it's like, it even has wood on the outside. I don't know why. And then I fill it in, and so that is my end frame. Okay, I'm going to stop here because the next chapter is the intention plate. But composing reality is extremely important, and I want you to take your time on all these concepts. I want you to practice walking through a movie. I want you to practice waking up. I see myself. I see my reality. Take your time with these concepts and have fun with them. And if you've already kind of rushed through the book, which, you know, a lot of people do, and things don't seem to be working, that's okay. Just go back and take it slow. Build your foundation up. Have fun. We can create our realities. There's all kinds of ways to do it. This is just one fun method, one fun analogy. I'm just having a great time with it. I hope you are too. And I hope you like my new thumbnail. That's a wig that I put on in Vegas about 1.5 years ago. And I found that picture and I went, oh my gosh, I look like Tufti. So I was thinking about using the wig in my next video. So I'd like comments on that. Do you think I should use the wig when I do the video? Do you want me to call y'all snails and everything? I don't know if I could do that. Maybe I could take her persona on. That would be hilarious. Okay, until next time, thank you for watching. Please subscribe. Please share, too. If you know of anybody that's would think they might benefit from this information, please share. And love y'all, and I'll see you next time. Bye.